Hey foodies, this is Chef Abyssinia and I am back with another recipe video. Today we're going to be making this amazing crème brûlée. Let's get it. As always, the recipe will be linked below, and in this video I am only making half of the recipe. Alright foodies, let's get started. First you want to start by separating your egg yolks from your egg whites. I am showing you 3 different ways in this video. You can crack the egg in your hand and then let the egg white slide through your fingers. You could also use a shell and pass the yolk back and forth to separate it from the egg white. And then another option would be to crack your egg into a container and then just scoop your egg out that way. Once you have your eggs ready to go, go ahead and grab a saucepan, begin to measure out your cream and pour it directly into your saucepan. Now that you have your milk ready to go, the next step is to add your sweetener. So we're going to do half of the sugar into the egg yolks and the other half of the sugar goes directly into the milk. From here, we're also going to add a pinch of salt right into our milk. From here, the next step is to add our vanilla flavoring. So I am using a whole vanilla bean that I cut in half. You want to split it right down the middle. Be careful not to cut all the way through the vanilla bean. You just want to cut it down the middle so that way you can split it open. As you can see here, I'm pulling my vanilla bean open and then I'm starting to scrape out the vanilla bean from the casing. Go ahead and scrape that out. Add everything, including the shell, into your heavy cream. If you don't have vanilla bean, you can use vanilla extract. If you don't have vanilla extract, go ahead and use vanilla paste. I personally prefer to use the vanilla bean because it gives an overall better flavor, and it also leaves you with the black vanilla bean specks behind in your product, which I think look really good because it shows that you use the whole vanilla bean. I would say for sure, if you can, try to avoid imitation vanilla extract because it just does not taste the same and you will not get the same result. Now that we have our milk ready to go, mix everything together and then place it on the stove on medium to low heat. We want it to heat up slowly. Be careful that the bottom of it doesn't burn, so you want to make sure you stir it every so often. So the next step is just really simple, just to mix this here together. And then once we have everything mixed, we're really just gonna wait on the cream to heat up, because what we wanna do here is temper the hot cream into the cold eggs. We wouldn't want to put these eggs directly into the pot of hot cream because then it will just cook and you'll end up with like clumpy cooked eggs mixed with heavy cream. So we wanna do it the opposite way, and we're just going to ladle in a little bit of cream at a time into this while mixing it, so that way the eggs slowly heat up. And then we'll add the eggs back into the heavy cream. So what we can do now is just go ahead and prepare your ramekins and your double water bath while we're waiting on everything else to come together. We can just start that process. So I have this here. I'm only doing 3, so I have these 3 and this water bath. So whatever you need, I can help you guys if you have questions on what you think you should use. But anything that's deep enough and wide enough to fit, we're not going to fill it all the way. We're just gonna fill the dishes about 3/4 of the way with water. What we're gonna do is slowly ladle in 1 ladle at a time of our cream into our egg yolk mixture. And when you do this, you want to move fast, because if you put this in and you just let the cream sit there, it will cook the egg yolks and you'll end up with lumps. So you want to ladle in and whisk. And then once you have that mixed together, do another ladle and then whisk again. And we can do this about 4 times until the yolks are heated up just enough to pour back into the cream. So that should be good. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour the yolk mixture right into my cream, and I'm gonna whisk it while I'm pouring it. And of course, use your rubber spatula to take out any remaining So once we have this done, we're gonna put it back on the stove. Of course, whisk it together, make sure everything's mixed together well, and then we're gonna use our rubber spatula on the stove. So we just wanna glide over the bottom and make sure that as it cooks, we want it to thicken, but we also don't want it to burn, we don't want it to get lumpy. So we're just gonna do this motion, this back and forth motion, like scraping the bottom of the pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and put mine on the heat. So it's gonna be on a medium low. So let's see, this is on, it's on 4, it's on 3 right now. And I will move my camera so that way you guys can see the stove. Use a rubber spatula and just continue to mix it, and you'll notice the consistency will begin to thicken as it cooks. Make sure you're scraping the outside, the edges of your pot as well, not just the bottom. This is the similar process to making crème anglaise for ice cream. If you notice that it's getting thick in only certain areas, or maybe it's lumpy, then use your whisk and just whisk out the lumps. I will try to show you guys the consistency of it. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to pour my mixture into my ramekin. So I'm just using, sorry you can't see me. All right, there we go. I'm just using this measuring cup and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in. Yummy, I forgot to taste it. Yes guys, taste it. Make sure it's good. Yes, it's so good, oh my gosh. I could really just drink that. It's like melted ice cream, but better. So I'm just filling my baking dish up with water. You wanna fill it up 3/4 of the way to cover your ramekins, 3/4 of the way. And I'm gonna put them in the oven and bake them for an hour and 30 minutes. So what you wanna do, what you're looking for when you're baking it, it'll take about an hour to an hour and a half. And you want the outside to be set, but the inside will still be a little jiggly. When you shake it, you'll notice like it's not completely set, and that's fine. So you'll take it out and put it in the fridge. It'll take about 2 hours to set, and it will set like this, like it's not going anywhere. So once you have that set, go ahead and sprinkle some regular granulated white sugar on top. Pour off the excess sugar, just like that. Go ahead and just caramelize the top of it. These are so fun, and like I said, I got this one on Amazon. Let's finish it off with some berries. It's even fine by itself without adding anything. And that's it, crème brûlée made at home. This delicious dessert is really good all year round. It's not too sweet, it's like the perfect treat. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you in my next video. Of course, like, share, subscribe, and comment below letting me know your thoughts. And I will see you guys in my next video.